Guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Game of Cosmic Show. Oh man, Joss Whedon is officially getting writing credit for the Justice League movie. If you go back to my episode 118, I discussed the problems that I had with Joss coming over to do the Justice League movie. A few of you guys hit me up and said, oh, whoa, Game of Cosmic, he's only doing a few little reshoots. He's only doing a little bit of this. I knew it was more than that. My gut told me it was more than that. Seeing the pattern that these studios do, I knew what the fuck was going on, man. I knew it. Did I have proof? No, I didn't. I just going off of what I've seen in my lifetime and my experience. My experience as a man taught me to read between the lines that these studio execs, these PR firms that work for these studios, they're fucking professional bullshit liars, man. They love to throw the fucking wool over your eyes, and after they throw the wool over your eyes, they even throw an extra little few grenades that let off a flashbang with some smoke grenades, man. Like, that's what the fuck they do, man. And it gets us all discombobulated, and they feed us this little narrative, and we go off of that instead of thinking for ourselves, man. I told you this was fucking bad news for the Justice League movie with Joss Whedon taking over, man. Do I believe he can make a great movie? I do. I just don't want him to bring the same vibe that he did with the Avengers with the Justice League movie. I mean, I already said in my episode 118, he already changed up the ending. So, rumor is we were supposed to see a dark side spotting. Now we're not even going to get that. They're saying that Snyder's first 30 minutes of this movie was unwatchable. What that actually means, I do not know. I don't know if that means that the storyline was incoherent, it just didn't make sense, it didn't flow together, or he didn't edit it right. I don't know if it was that, or the movie was just that bad. I just can't believe that Snyder just made that bad of a movie. But then again, he does have a lot going on in his life. Maybe there was some family problems happening while he was directing this movie, and maybe he did lose focus. That's definitely a possibility, especially with that tragedy that just rocked his world, man, that had him step down officially. Now, I 100% believe that they called Joss Whedon in before they released to us that Snyder was going to step down. Like, they know Joss was going to sign on to help them out. But now that sign-on means, like, now he's really reworking everything. And the previews that we've seen for the trailers, we gotta hope to God that we still see those fucking fight scenes. I'm hearing, though, that they are supposed to keep those action sequences in the movie, which only makes sense because you guys only gave us a couple trailers so far showing those scenes. It'd be fucking pretty ballsy not to put those in the fucking movie at all. And I still don't believe this movie is going to make it for its November slate. I feel like this is going to be pushed back. They haven't gave us that confirmation yet, but they also haven't given us the confirmation either that this movie's still going to make it on time. So I'm believing this is going to get pushed back probably into next year, to be honest with you, man. And I know Josh has written, he has wrote some comic books for DC, so he does have a love for DC comic books as much as he has for Marvel. He is a professional comic book writer. I don't think he has any loyalty to Marvel or DC. He just likes to write great comic books. But it just leaves me wondering, are we going to get a Justice League movie, you know, that's going to seem like it's going to be Marvel characters with DC faces? If you guys get what I'm getting at. You know, I'm just, oh my God, man. It just seems like there's just bad news after bad news after bad news when it comes to this fucking franchise, man. Like, they seem like they have no clear direction on what the fuck is going on. I mean, Jeff Johns is helping out with his writing, but I think that Jeff Johns probably realizing that it's a lot harder to write a movie script than it is to write a comic book. You know, you can leave a lot out of the comic book and hope that the reader can fill in the gaps with his imagination. Now, when it comes to movies, it's not skipping panel to panel. You actually got to put in some filler in there to lead us up to the climax and to the end of for the movie, man, for his script. So there might be some problems on that end. So I'm hoping that Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns are still working together. I feel like Jeff Johns deserves to be working on these DC movies. He's done a spectacular run during New 52 with the Aquaman and all the other projects that he's worked on, man. So I think he does deserve a shot for his scripts to make it onto the big screen. I just hope that DCEU and Warner Brothers and everybody have enough faith to allow him to to shine, man. But I understand that, if some things need to be critiqued, they need to be critiqued. No professional should be above feedback, and they'd have to learn how to take feedback and work that into their next projects. Like I said, I'm just not happy with Joss Whedon being on this because I just feel like it's a lose-lose. Just like I said in episode 118, discussing this issue of him taking over, I believe that the Justice League is going to get the Avengers makeover, man. And I don't know, man, about it, man, that doesn't sit right with me. And it probably because I feel like if this movie is successful, people are going to chalk it up to, well, you guys took our best guy from Marvel and brought him over to DC. That's the only why you guys even made a decent movie, and if it's a movie ends up not being good, I guess they can still place the blame on Snyder and say, well, Josh only came in there to help fix whatever problems there were, and they were too big for him to patch up, which is a fucking lie because they're doing so many reshoots right now. So many fucking reshoots. They just weren't a couple. They're doing a fucking whole, it's almost like they're making the movie over again, guys. And I believe that's what they're fucking doing. I believe he's reworking at least 65 to 75% of this movie. I have no doubts about that, man. No doubts about that. I'm just wondering, will the look and the tone still be the same? And like I said before, man, and I'm making an issue out of this. I don't want this movie filled with little fucking jokes all the time, little banter back and forth between everybody. I feel like that works with certain characters. And also I'm believing that maybe at the end when we seen that in the trailer, when Alfred says, oh, we were expecting you, I'm thinking that might not even be Superman now, man. I'm thinking that maybe Josh is maybe not even going to put that in the fucking movie, to be honest with you, man. I just think they're just going a different route, and I think he is stealing some of the plays that he used over there in Marvel. He's bringing over to DC, which I feel like some of it can work, but I also feel like DCEU needs its own identity. And I thought Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman set the tone for what we're going to get out of the DCEU, man. They just, oh my God, man. I just don't think they need to change everything up. I just hope that someday we can see this cut by Snyder, and maybe we can see it side by side. Maybe they can release Snyder's version and then release Josh's version, and then we can when it comes out on Blu-ray or 4K, and then we can decide which one was the better movie. I mean, honestly, man, I thought Snyder did a good job with Batman vs. Superman when we got that extra 30 minutes added into the movie. It filled in a lot of gaps. To me, it made the movie better, man. But I think they should have released that one to the public. People are willing to sit through a 3-hour movie. We've done it with the Titanic. We did it with Django. There's the Harry Potter movies run a very, very fucking long time, man. So people will sit there if they paid their hard-earned money to watch a 3-hour movie. Why they thought that they needed to shorten down Batman vs. Superman was beyond me. But back on to Joss Whedon, man. I just want him to make a great Justice League movie, and I want it to have its own tone. I don't want this movie to feel like it's a fucking Marvel movie with DC characters, man. And that's my biggest gripe, man. And I feel like that's going to happen, man. I don't want little jokes that are going to be stale 6 months later. That they're not going to be as funny anymore, man. And I'm sorry, guys, that I'm harping so much on this DCEU Justice League movie. I understand there's a lot of other comic book news out there to talk about, but this is such a big fucking deal, man, because I want to see them succeed, man. I don't want to see DCEU fail. I like watching DCEU movies. I also like watching Marvel Studio movies also too, but I tend to lean towards the DCEU when it comes to their movies. I like that adult theme, man. Oh my God. I mean, yes, Ben Affleck stated that, Batman for here on out is going to be a little more heroic, getting away from the murderous Batman. I didn't think he was that murderous, to be honest with you. I thought the warehouse scene he did okay. I didn't think he went over the top, to be honest with you, man. I understand when he was in his airplane that, he was blowing up bad guys and shit, but understandable, man. People might be a little mad about that it kind of got away from the character. But I still stand that I think they need to give up their cinematic universe. And they need to concentrate on standalone movies. I just don't know what this Justice League movie is going to entail, to be honest with you, man. I'm scratching my head. It's like nothing. It's like we can't believe anything they put out to us because they're going to change it 2 weeks later, man. Holy shit. Like, you guys give us that epic trailer that we all loved, And now we're hearing that this movie's being reworked. You know, like I said, I believe personally that Josh Whedon is rewriting this movie, at least 65 to 75% of this fucking movie, man. And we'll be lucky to see some of those, we'll be lucky to see half of those trailer moments in the movie, to be honest with you, man. So we'll see what happens, guys, man. Oh, man, I'm definitely staying tuned in. I just don't know what the fuck is going on over there. I think nobody does, man. I don't think even they know what the fuck is going on. But, all right, guys, moving on, man. Is Fox Studios primed to have a cinematic universe? Do they have the ingredients to compete with Marvel Studios? And I want to say I believe so. I mean, the characters they already own, the teams they already own, they can expand their universe so much, man, that I think they can compete with Marvel Studios. If Marvel Studios can go without having the X-Men or Fantastic Four or Silver Surfer and Galactus in their universe, I believe that the Fox Studios cinematic universe can do the same thing. They can go without having a Hulk, a Thor, an Iron Man, or Captain America, to be honest with you, man. If Marvel Studios can do it, Fox can do it also too, man. And they have the characters to be successful, to be honest with you, man. They have the Fantastic Four franchise, man. Yes, they have done a shitty job with it, but if they can actually get that done right, it opens up the fucking, it opens it up so much for them, man. The playing field is wide open for them. I mean, they can introduce Annihilus, Blastar, Super Skrull. So you're going to get the Super Skrull, you're going to get the Skrull Empire in there. Blastar from the Negative Zone, Annihilus. We know, if you read comic books, then you know what those guys can do, especially Annihilus. He's been a major villain for the last 10 years now in the Marvel Universe right now, especially in the comic, more the Marvel Comics universe, not the movies. But he's been a fucking thorn, man. So I believe that opens it up right there for them, man. Oh my God, man. That means Cosmic and Earthbound and the adventures that everybody wants. And they own the X-Men. And I don't think I need to say any more about that, except that they need to get the storyline down right. We need some costumes that match almost as closely to what their comic book counterparts look like, and it just opens up the field, man. Like the X-Men to me could take on the spot of the Avengers. Marvel Studios has the Avengers. Fox Studios has the X-Men, and the X-Men have a lot of characters who are just as iconic as a lot of the Avengers are. To be honest with you, man, Cyclops has been around for a while. Magneto's been around. Professor X has been around. Wolverine. There's characters there that can compete with the Marvel Studios characters that they own, man. And Deadpool. Deadpool is giving us Cable, Domino, and there's rumors that the Juggernaut and Black Tom might be in this fucking movie, man. And Deadpool's opening up the X-Force for us. So you see what I'm getting at, guys? And this is another character that I think they could do a movie with if they really wanted to. They could do a Silver Surfer movie. A Silver Surfer movie will open up the cosmic realm tremendously. We get to see more about Galactus. We get to see about Heralds. We can actually see a good storyline between Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer. And seeing the Fantastic Four be one of the first to ever turn away Galactus from feeding, and seeing the Silver Surfer finally, embraces humanity and help out the Earth, against Galactus, and see him turn to that good guy. We could get that. And with the Silver Surfer, we can see other Heralds. We can see Tyrant, the the son of Galactus. We can see that, guys, man. And something else, man, that the X-Men can open up and we can get a little more into is the Shi'ar Empire with Gladiator and the Imperial Guard, man. Like, I think they have the right pieces to make the right moves to compete with Marvel Studios if they can just get all their shit lined up right. And they already have an answer for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Their names are the Starjammers, man. A lot of us already know who the Starjammers are. But if you don't know who they are, the Starjammers, they're space pirates, man. With Corsair. He is the father of Cyclops, Havoc, and the evil diabolical Vulcan. So there's so much there, man. So much history that they can delve into, man. Cha'ad, Raza, the Long Knife, Hepzibah, she looks like, like a skunk almost, to be honest with you, man. But she's such a cool character. She's one of my favorite characters in the Starjammers. That and Cha'ad. Those two are probably my favorite. But there's been other characters who've joined this team. Just like the Avengers has a little rotating membership. Also the Starjammers. They've had Havoc before. And Havoc is his father is Corsair. Polaris, the daughter of Magneto. Marvel Girl, her name is Rachel Summers, man. And she's also hosted the Phoenix Force before, man. And Corvus. Corvus is a cool character. Loved him doing War of Kings. If you guys haven't read that yet, I suggest you guys pick up War of Kings and read that in its whole entirety. Read the whole thing, all the tie-ins. One of the best cosmic fucking series around that they put out. Oh my God, I love it. Right up there with Annihilation, Annihilation Conquest, Thanos Imperative. Love all of those, man. And that War of Kings is right up there with that. But I feel like they could bring that into Fox's studio and let them open up a cinematic universe, man. So here's the rundown again that Fox has that has them set up to be successful if they want to start up a cinematic universe. Like I said, the Fantastic Four. Think about the Fantastic Four's enemies: Doctor Doom, Annihilus, Blastar, Super Skrull. We can have that. X-Men, you know, we can get a better Apocalypse. We can get a Mr. Sinister. You know what I mean? We can get a Hellfire Club, whatever the fuck their name is. You know what I'm saying? We can get a Juggernaut. Deadpool speaks for itself. We know what we're getting out of Deadpool. Everything else needs to line up with Deadpool, man. I believe that they have the perfect mix of a little bit of rated R and strong PG-13 for Fox's cinematic universe. And like I said, Silver Surfer opens up everything from other heralds to Galactus and to other cosmic abstract entities that we all want to see on the big screen. And the Shi'ar Empire, man. Oh my God, they're one of the most powerfulest civilizations out there. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to see Gladiator on the big screen. I want to see Gladiator so fucking bad, man. And the Starjammers. Like I said, the Starjammers, to me, reading them for so long, man, that I feel like they're a better team than the Guardians of the Galaxy. Even though the Guardians of the Galaxy, the name has been around a lot longer than Starjammers. The group led by Star-Lord is a relatively new group. But the Starjammers, though, this group has been around together for a long fucking time, man. And honestly, man, they're so badass. Oh my God, I fucking love Starjammers, man. I just want to see Fox succeed. We're never going to see all these characters together in Marvel Studios, and I kind of don't want to, because I don't think we're going to ever see these characters on the big screen with Marvel, maybe till fucking Phase 8 or something like that. And I don't want to wait that long, guys. You know, I think Fox right now needs to get this shit together. If you're listening, Fox Studios, Gamma Cosmic, hit me up, man. If you need somebody in your think tank to help line this all up for you, man, I'll fucking be more than happy to fucking help you guys out. I'll even do it for fucking $50,000, $60,000 a year, man. A year, and that's a fucking deal, Fox Studios. All right, guys, man. Moving on. Oh, man, bad news, man. But this is about Fox Studios, man. The X-Men Dark Phoenix. And it's going to be Earthbound only. I mean, so many of us thought that with the Dark Phoenix that we probably were going to hear from the Shi'ar Empire, possibly see Gladiator, possibly see the X-Men go cosmic, you know, or at least leave Earth for a little bit, you know. But nope, that's not what we're getting, guys, man. They're fucking telling us that the director says that, oh, that we want to keep it more human and emotional, and we're not going to get too intergalactic. That's like spitting in the face of your fans. But you know what, though? X-Men fans have never, ever made the studio set the bar high. They never have. They never bitch too much. They seem like they're just happy that their characters are in a movie, and they've just been satisfied with that. And I think it's their fault. I think the X-Men fans, it's their fucking fault to how these movies are going. We didn't bitch enough, man. You know, we didn't fucking complain enough. We haven't utilized social media enough to make an uproar that this is what we want to see. Now, with this said, with the X-Men Dark Phoenix only being Earthbound, yeah, there's a couple of reasons probably why they're doing this. And probably the number one main reason is money. Money. If they have to make it intergalactic, then that's more CGI. You know, most of the characters use up a lot of CGI anyway, and that costs money. They want to make a movie as cheap as they can and profit a lot. You know, cheap but profit a lot, and that's their business model. There's nothing wrong with that other than it shortchanges the fans, especially us who've been hoping, waiting and waiting and waiting for a great X-Men movie. And I still feel like we haven't got it yet. I've been complacent on just saying, X-Men 2 is the best X-Men movie. I do kind of like First Class. I'm not a big fan of Days of Future Past. And I'm going to tell you the reason why, because once again, it's between Magneto, Professor X, and Wolverine, man. Like, I'm just getting sick of that trifecta. There's so many other fucking mutants out there that are so much that are just as cool, if not cooler. If you just give them a chance, man. But Fox has a big problem with letting anybody else shine. Especially how they treat fucking Cyclops, man. Oh my God, man. I don't even recognize this Cyclops, man. He is not the field tacticianist that I'm used to reading in the X-Men comic books, man. To me, he's like right up there with Steve Rogers. I'll put Steve Rogers a little ahead of him, but Cyclops is right up there with him, man. Like, I wouldn't mind if I didn't have Steve Rogers to lead my team. I'd be just as happy with Cyclops leading my team, man. Like, that's how good he is, man. But this X-Men Dark Phoenix, man, and the second reason why I believe that they're doing this is maybe they're going to reboot this franchise. Hoping that we're actually going to get them to fall in line with Deadpool on Universe and everything starts branching off of that, to be honest with you, man. I'm hoping that's what they're doing. I'm hoping that they're just going to give us this last little bit of movie and like, all right, guys, we're falling in line with the Deadpool universe. I'll be happy with that. But at the same time, man, it's not fair to X-Men fans who've been dying to see this Dark Phoenix saga, especially after they were let down with Last Stand. They was hoping that maybe this time they'll get it right. I don't know why they would think they would get it right, especially after Days of Future Past, and especially after that hiccup of X-Men Apocalypse, man. Like, every time they try to, I don't know why they think that it needs to be grounded. Like, they're trying to come out with these words that make us like, oh, well, they know what they're talking about. No, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, man, because no X-Men comic book is following their logic. You know what I mean? A lot of us didn't become X-Men fans off the movie. We became X-Men fans based off of the fucking comic books. So I don't know why they're choosing once again not to borrow heavy from the comic book lore. It just makes me scratch my head sometimes, man, when it comes to this X-Men franchise. But at the same time, I just don't blame the studio direct and executives. I blame the fans for not fucking wanting more. You guys are so fucking cool with what they put out, then you bitch after just a little bit, and then they tell you, oh, we're coming out with the Dark Phoenix, and you guys forgive them for everything because you think they're going to give you what you want, and they're not. They even said it, they're not going to give you what you want, man. So don't go put money, and don't watch this movie, guys. Don't spend your money on it. They're not giving you what the fuck you want, man. Who wants to see Phoenix just on Earth, man? I'm just like, come on, man. What other way are they going to find for, is Jennifer Lawrence going to be in this? Are they going to once again use her to stop the Phoenix? It's just like, I'm just getting tired of it, man. And once again, is Magneto going to be the #1 fucking person again in this fucking movie, man? Like, they're just running out, they're not running out of ideas. They're not just doing the right thing. They're just picking the most laziest way to get out of spending money on these movies, and they're going with that instead of just put a little extra 30, 50 million to your fucking movies, man. And you see the big difference, man. Not towards marketing, the actual fucking movie itself, man. Oh my God. But all right, guys, man, thank you for listening, man. This is Gamma Cosmic, man. Stay tuned. I got some more shit coming up, man. And you guys have a good day. Peace.